Well, I'm going to just be saying this very quickly, guys, because I am now recording. I wanted to say this that I am in a party on Xbox with one of my friends. He's able to hear what I'm saying, but I will let everyone know this. But I'm going to continue with saying that today I'm recording a video for What I Want. That's the story. And we're starting from getting him his body. That's the title of this one. Then there's two office notes. I'll just summarize. I'll read them right now, very quickly, before I read the chapter. Is that this is not only going to be showing not Par, Mimikake in silence, but it's also going to show Par, and that's basically Gar and Pat being an adorable little ship. Them just being cute because those two are adorable together. And then this other one had said that I was like, should I make a Par story? I just think like I should just like fucking do like 2 chapters. Like every 2 chapters is going to show something about fucking Gar and Pat. Alright, let's go back to reading. There we go. Alright, now I'm going to start reading the story while my friend is listening to me read. Pat's point of view. Okay, what are we doing? I asked. Mimikake pulled me into Gar's room and closed the door. You two have to kiss for 10 minutes, he said. I blushed deep red and looked at Gar. Are you serious? I asked. Yes, I'm serious. You have to kiss in order for me to get Silence's own body, Mimikake said. I just stared at Gar. I was too flustered right now. Gar came closer to me and wrapped his arms around my waist. Then he leaned closer, brushed his lips against mine. Then he kissed me. It felt nice, but I know neither one of us are gay or anything like that. Good. Now stay in the position. I think I've already read this chapter, but I don't care. If I read this chapter, I'm sorry guys, I'm rereading it. Well, let's just continue. Mimikake said. I heard him say something in a language I did not know, and then, when me and Gar pulled away, we saw Silence laying on the ground. He wasn't awake yet, but that's okay, right? I don't know, but I saw Mimikake fall down beside him, and he looked so weak. Did that drain you? I asked. Yeah, but I'll be fine after a 3 to 5 day rest. Now we have to wait for Silence to wake up, he said. Silence's eyes fluttered open, and he looked shocked. He looked over at Mimikake and wrapped his arms around him. I have a house here in Earthrealm. It's in Oklahoma. I have the strength to get us there, but then I have to rest, baby, Mimikake said. Then him and Silence disappeared, and me and Gar were left there. I was confused about all of this. Silence, Mimikake, me and Gar having to kiss. I'm just confused. Hey Pat, you okay, buddy? Gar asked. Yeah, I'm just confused. I blushed when he pulled me into his arms, and my head laid on his chest. Pat, don't be confused. I was too when I first met Mimikake. But when I got to meet Mark, Dark, Wade, Sean, Bob, and Dex, I wasn't confused anymore. I do still hate Mimikake, but I'm glad he's happy. The deals we made with him are done now. We can be ourselves and not have to deal with them. He said, What do you mean? I asked, looking up at him. Well, Mimikake is the son of Lucifer, and whenever someone makes a deal with the devil, it normally ends up in death. Then if someone makes a deal with Mimikake, the deal will be permanent until he gets what he wants. He wanted Silence, and that's what he got. He said, I don't know why, but I leaned closer to him. Pat, I know we kissed, but that was so Silence could have his own body. But if you want to do it again, then we can. Gar said, looking me in the eyes. I don't know. My friend is complaining about what's going on in his whatever he's doing. He's complaining about it. It's funny. I'm sorry, guys. You're hearing me laugh at my friend. He's fucking screaming randomly just to make me laugh. But I'm going to continue. I stood looking into his chocolates. Courtney, I'm trying to raid, you motherfucker. I'm snorting on my recording. Oh my goodness. You're killing me right now. I can't even fucking snort. My snorting does not want to happen right now, but that's fine. I stood looking into his chocolates. That's fine, Pat. Come, let's go watch Netflix or something, he said, smiling. Then when he let go of me, and we walked over to his door. We could watch Netflix, I said. I walked over to him and me and him went down the stairs. We watched Netflix in the living room, and after a while we fell asleep. I think we fell asleep cuddling, but I don't know. I can't concentrate on it. I'm like trying to fucking concentrate on reading, and all I'm hearing is just fucking screaming. I'm just hearing some screaming going on, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? But it's funny. It's funny to me. Alright. There it is. There it is. Alright, I'm just gonna go back to reading. Cuddles is what this chapter is titled. Alright. Silence's point of view. Mimi Cake's finally fully recharged, and now he's being a huge pain. Pet, come here, he said from the living room. I walked to our room and opened the door. I blushed and looked away from him. Come on, baby. I thought you liked seeing me naked, he said seductively. Shut up, baby. I said, you love me. Now come over here. I have a present for you, he said. I walked over to him and looked up at him. Close your eyes, Pet, he said. I closed my eyes and I felt something go around my neck. Open, he said. Yes, this is two boys, Courtney, getting together. Yes, two boys. Guys, if you guys find it funny that I'm snorting, then blame my friend for making me snort while I'm reading. But I'm going to continue reading. I opened my eyes and I saw he had the handle part of a leash in his hand. Now I know why he keeps calling me Pet and what's around my neck. Did you really had to put a collar on me? I asked. Then he smirked a little and pulled on the leash, pulling me closer to him. Yes, plus this collar looks sexy as hell on you, he said seductively, and smirking. My body was pressed against his and I liked it. What kind of collar is this? I asked. Then I got shocked by the collar. A shock collar. Now be a good boy, baby boy, and you won't get punished, he said seductively. I squirmed a little because of how sexy his voice is. It sends chills down my spine whenever I hear it. It's just so lovely. Let's go lay in bed, baby boy, and if you're bad while we're cuddling, well, Corey, listen to my language here. You're gonna laugh. I'm going to fuck you in your ass, baby boy. He said seductively and smirking. What if I want you to? I asked, looking into his mismatched eyes. He pulled on the leash and pulled me over to the bed. Then he laid me on the bed and I sat up on my hands and knees, looking into his mismatched eyes. Punishing you is going to be fun, since it will be your first time you're getting fucked. This will be the first time you're getting fucked. I'm trying to hear what I'm saying. You're just fucking just shouting in my ears. He said seductively. He climbed onto the bed and motioned for me to get into doggy style position. Now see, I'm a werewolf, and that means that my tail is going to probably hit him in the face when he fucks me. Corey, it's the story, not me! Baby, you know that my tail is going to hit you in the face, right? Baby, I don't mind if it does or doesn't, he said. Then he pulled my pants and briefs off and pulled on the leash, which made me move my head back. Because I remember the size of his member, which that's his dick. I like calling it a member in this story. No, I don't want you, Courtney. When we were we were in the shower together yesterday, you know you want these 10 inches. That's in the story, Corey. Stop interrupting me. Hey, Corey, here's another line you're gonna laugh at. You know you want these 10 inches. He whispered selectively into my ear. I shivered a little and awaited my punishment, which I wanted so bad. Then I have a little thing that says smut. I'm not coming to you, Corey. No. No. I felt him run one of his hands along my ass. Then he put both of his hands on my hips and put himself in me. I moaned and whimpered because it felt good and it was my first time getting fucked. He tugged on the leash, making me moan louder, and moved my head back. He went harder on me and I gripped the bed sheets. Yay! Time for more stuttering! Time for more fucking stuttering!
You'll be alright.
I know, but it's also inappropriate. Because it says the word daddy. No! No, can I read my story without you interrupting for 5 seconds? Okay, I'm gonna read this. Corey, you shush your mouth and don't say anything. I'm trying to talk here, okay? I'm going, and there's just a whole bunch of stuttering. Every single word has a stutter. We already know what that C word is. We already know what that fucking C word is. It's good. I can't even say it without laughing at my friend. Daddy.
Alright.
I screamed out when he went really hard on me. You guys can't hear him, but it's hilarious as to what he's saying and doing.
I'll see you later, Sydney.
Okay, Mom. Me too, baby boy, he said in between groans. Then he came in me and I came on myself and the bed. He pulled out and laid beside me. I laid down on my stomach and looked at him. That was amazing, baby, I said, smiling. It was. Though I kind of wanted to hear you scream my name, he said, smiling. Well, when we fuck again, then I will, he said. Or when I feed on you, baby boy. He whispered seductively. I forgot that he's a vampire and he drinks blood. Baby, when we're not dirty and the bed's not dirty, will you feed on me? I asked. Well, hell yeah, baby boy. Now go take a shower. I'll change the bed sheets and blankets, and then I'll bite you, he said. And now the next chapter, which this is our 3rd chapter that we're reading today, is called Tasting Silence's Blood, which is where Mimikake gets to bite Silence and actually, tastes his blood. Because Mimikake is a vampire. He usually likes O-positive blood. Thought I would mention that Mimikake usually likes to drink O-positive blood types. He likes the O-positive blood, so. Yeah, he is very specific on his blood type that he likes. So he asks people. No, he asks people usually is like, hey, what blood type are you? He usually asks. Like, what blood type are you? Just out of curiosity kind of thing. That's what he'll say. Alright, Mimikake's point of view. After I cleaned the bed sheets, I sat down on the bed, waiting for Silence to get done with his shower. Saw Silence come in the room with only a towel around his waist. I got up and pinned him against the wall. Are you ready for this, Pete? Are you ready for this? I asked. I moved his head over so I had more access to his neck. I took off his collar and leaned closer to his neck. I bit his neck and he whimpered. It tasted really sweet and I liked his taste. Now, since he's a demon and he can't die because of me feeding on him, I laid my hands on his waist and licked his neck, making him moan in pleasure. I pulled my fangs out once I was done, and I looked into his eyes. That hurt, but it felt so good, he said, smiling. I'm glad you enjoyed it, because I'm not done with pleasuring you. I said. I picked him up and carried him to the bed. Are you ready for round 2? Yeah, they have a round 2, by the way. Well, these are demons, for one. They are going to have more than one sex round. They're demons. They have a lot of endurance. I asked seductively into his ear. I nibbled on his ear, which earned me a moan from him, and I laid him down on his back. Please, Mimi Cake, I want it, Silence said. I took his towel off and climbed on top of him, me now hovering over him, looking into his beautiful gold eyes. I spread his legs apart. You know that I might get you pregnant, since Pat is the youngest in his family, and now I'm like included in it. I might get pregnant. There we go. Can I speak the lines properly? He said, do you want me to wear a condom, baby? I asked. Yeah, just in case. He said, are you sure you want me to? I asked if no, but I really want you, baby. I need you. He said, smiling. Yeah, I won't wear one if you're not sure. I said, hey, I'm sure that I don't want you to wear one. He said, okay then, are you ready, baby? Yep. He said, and basically just another smut moment is all it is. If you guys don't like hearing this sexual shit, then I'm sorry. All of my stories include sex. The majority of this video has been me dying of laughter. I moved into him slowly. He whimpered and I kissed his neck, which made him moan. I went faster and harder on him, and he became a moaning mess underneath me. I kept kissing his neck, chest, and lips while I thrust it into him. My hips prostrate and he screamed. Cake, he screamed, and hearing him say my name made me even harder. I thrusted harder into him, hitting that same spot repeatedly, and he moaned loudly. I found him into oblivion, and I felt myself getting closer to my climax. Yes, we all know what that means. And now I'm getting hot in my room. I'm wearing fuzzy pants, so I'm getting warm underneath my blankets, so I'm going to take my blanket off. Alright. I'm going to come, Mimi Cake. Screamed, then come with me. I said in between groans. Then I came in him, and he came on both of us. I pulled out and laid down on him. That was awesome. I said, it was better than the first one. Now let's go to bed. I'm tired, baby. I said, smiling. Okay, baby. Good night. I love you. He said, I love you too. So then we fell asleep. Alright, this one is the first chapter that I have Pat and Gar being the main characters afterwards. And it's called Chocolate. I call it Chocolate because I think it's a cute one. I think that's a cute name, so I call it a Chocolate. This is our 4th chapter of reading. And then we got one more chapter we're going to be reading, which is called The News. And then we're going to read The News Part 2. And then we're going to stop after that. Alright, so I'm going to continue reading. So it's Chocolate that we're reading. Pat's point of view. I walked into my first hour and I saw Gar. He saw me and motioned for me to sit next to him. Now, me being a huge fanboy, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe that I'm friends with him. But I don't know if that's what he thinks we are. I don't even know what we are. I walked over to him and sat down beside him. You know we're going to watch The Greatest Showman, right? He asked. Yeah, I know. I said, well, can I cuddle you? He asked. Sure. So I snuggled up against him and he wrapped his arm over my waist. While the movie played, Gar tapped my waist, and I looked into his eyes. Want a piece of my chocolate bar? Yak, smiling. Sure, I said, smiling. He broke a piece off and fed it to me. I can feed myself, I said, smiling, and I can too, but I just wanted to feed you because it's cute seeing your light blush. He said, smiling. Then the bell rang and we got up. We walked outside the class to go to lunch and he pulled me outside. We walked outside the class and he pulled me outside. Yeah. Carl, what are we doing? I asked, looking at him. Well, I want to tell you something, he said, smiling. When we got outside, he pulled me into his arms and I stared into his eyes. What is it you want to tell me? I asked. This, he said, then he closed his eyes and kissed me. My face flared up when he did. I was so tense, but I became relaxed when he pulled away. I know that it was sudden for me to kiss you, but I just had to. He said, it's okay. I liked it, it's just that I wasn't sure what to do. I said, that's fine, he said. Then he pecked my lips and I smiled at him. Alright, we're going to be reading two more chapters, which is called The News and the News Part 2. Alright, Silence's point of view. I was dizzy all day today, and Mimikake actually called Dr. Ipplier to come do a checkup on me. Hey, Doc should be here soon to pick you up. He's going to take you to his hospital. That's in Enid. Call me when it's done, okay? I'm going to go check up on Pat and Gar, he said, smiling. Okay, baby, I love you, I said, smiling. He pecked my lips, then disappeared. I heard a knock on the door and I opened it. Hey, you must be Silence. I'm Dr. Ipplier, Doc said. Yeah, I'm Silence. Nice to meet you, I said, smiling. He nodded and we walked to his car. And there's a mini time skip. We got to the hospital and he took me to a room that I think is for ultrasounds. Mimikake told me you were the youngest in your family. It's been 3 months since you two did it, hasn't it? He asked. I nodded and he motioned for me to lay in the hospital bed. Then he rolled up my shirt and looked at me. And then there was another time skip. I couldn't believe what I heard come from his mouth. Silence, you're pregnant with a baby boy, he said. Can I call Mimikake? I asked. He nodded and handed me his phone. I called Mimikake and he answered. Baby, what happened? He asked. Baby, you're going to be a father, like me, I said. I heard the beep of the phone ending, of the call ending, and I handing the phone back to Doc. Then I saw Mimikake run into the room panting. He came over to me and kissed my forehead. I'm proud to be a father as long as I'm with you, he said, smiling. I smiled at him. Same here, baby, I said. You two don't have to pay. Get going home, you crazy kids, Doc said. I was just smiling at Mimikake. Me and Mimikake went home and we laid in our bed and cuddled. Alright, this is the news part 2, where Mimikake and Silence are basically telling Gar and Pat about them having a kid. Alright, well, let's just continue. Okay, let's tell Pat and Gar. I'm sure they'll be happy for us. Also, do you want some ice cream before we tell them? I asked. Yeah, baby, he said. I drove us to Brahms, which is a ice cream place in my town, and that's where they're at right now. And I let him pick the ice cream he wanted. In a time skip, I teleported us to Gar's house and knocked on the door. Gar opened the door and looked at us. Oh, hey, thought you weren't going to visit, he said. Wow, that's rude. I said, anyways, is Pat here with you? We got something to tell you guys, I said, holding Silence's hand. He nodded and let us in. I kissed Silence's stomach, and he giggled. Pat, come here, Gar called. Pat came into the room and looked at me in silence. Guys, when we tell you this, you two might faint, Silence said. Go on, Pat said. We're going to have a kid. I said Silence wasn't wrong. Both of them fainted and we carried them to Gar's room and laid them in the bed. Well, that went as I expected. Silence said with a little giggle. Okay. I kissed his nose, smiling. You're adorable, I said. He smiled at me. I can't believe that I'm going to be a father. I still can't believe that I'm going to be a father, I said, looking into his golden eyes. I know, I'm the same way. It's a baby boy, so what shall we name him? He asked. I don't know yet, baby. I'll look on Babbel for some names, okay? I asked. He nodded and smiled. Pat woke up first. Okay, you two better not be fucking lying. He said, we're not lying. He said he looked at us and smiled. I wish the best of luck to you two. He said, me and Silence teleported back home and laid in bed. I love you, he said, smiling. I love you too, Pat. I said, smiling. We cuddled for a few hours, and he fell asleep holding my waist. He's so cute, and I'm glad that I have him in my life. Please stay with me forever. Alright, so then the next chapter we'll be reading is Chocolate Part 2. That'll be in next week's video. And we'll be reading on to where it says Michael. We'll be reading on to that one. So I hope you all enjoyed today's video. And I will catch you all in the next video. I love you guys, my outcast, and I hope you all have an amazing week so far, and, you know, that your school, if you have school, will be great. Even if you don't have school, if your work day, you want to have a good day at work, just make sure to have a smile on your face. You'll have a great day. Love you all. Be yourselves. Have a good day.